It's Wednesday, the 3rd of July 2024. Welcome to the 90th edition of the Ouria newsletter series. Today we shall take at the use and misuse of pesticides and other chemicals in African farming and discuss the effects that proper use or inappropriate use of pesticides and other chemicals has on food safety in Africa. Opening purview. Agriculture plays a crucial role in the economy of Africa, and the growth of agriculture is essential for the well-being of the continent. However, the use of pesticides and other chemicals has become a common practice in African farming, raising concerns about their impact on food safety. There are several reasons behind the widespread use of pesticides in African farming. One reason is the desire to increase crop yields and protect crops from pests and diseases, which are common challenges in agriculture. Additionally, limited access to alternative farming methods and lack of knowledge about sustainable farming practices contribute to the reliance on pesticides. This series explores the use and misuse of pesticides and other chemicals in African farming, discussing the effects that proper or inappropriate use has on food safety in Africa. The need for pesticides. Pesticides are essential tools in farming, helping to control harmful pests that can damage crops and pose risks to human health. In Africa, where agricultural pests are numerous and widespread, the use of pesticides is often necessary to ensure food security and safeguard the livelihoods of farmers. However, it is essential to understand the risks and make informed decisions about their use. Excessive and indiscriminate use of pesticides in African farming can have severe health consequences. Prolonged exposure to these chemicals can lead to acute and chronic health issues, including respiratory problems, skin irritations, neurological disorders, and even cancer. Moreover, pesticide residues on food can contaminate the food chain, ultimately posing risks to consumers and compromising food safety.
Misuse of pesticides. Improper use of pesticides poses significant risks to food safety. Farmers may use excessive amounts of pesticides, leading to residues in crops. These residues can enter the food chain, exposing consumers to potential health hazards. Additionally, improper storage and handling of pesticides can increase the risk of accidental contamination, further compromising food safety. Impact of pesticides on food safety. The misuse of pesticides in African farming can have far-reaching effects on food safety. The following points highlight some of the key concerns. 1. Bioaccumulation. Pesticides accumulate in the food chain, often concentrating in animal products such as meat, milk, and eggs. This bioaccumulation can lead to increased exposure to harmful pesticides, increasing the risk of health problems for consumers. 2. Organophosphate pesticides. Certain types of pesticides, particularly organophosphates, have been linked to neurological and developmental disorders in children. The widespread use of these pesticides in African farming puts vulnerable communities, particularly children, at risk. 3. Environmental impact. The improper use of pesticides can harm ecosystems and biodiversity. The runoff from agricultural fields can contaminate water sources, affecting aquatic life and ultimately affecting human health through contaminated drinking water. 4. Genetically modified organisms, GMOs. The use of genetically modified crops, often treated with pesticides, has become a prominent practice in African farming. However, the long-term effects of these GMOs on food safety and biodiversity remain uncertain, and therefore caution is advised in using GMOs.
Promoting proper use and alternatives. To mitigate the risks associated with pesticides and ensure food safety in Africa, it is essential to promote proper use and encourage the adoption of alternative pest management practices. Some key strategies include crop rotation. Rotating crops can help disrupt pest populations and reduce the need for pesticides. Integrated pest management, IPM. One alternative method of pest control that minimizes pesticide use is integrated pest management, IPM. IPM is a holistic approach that combines various strategies to prevent and manage pests, including biological control, crop rotation, habitat manipulation, and the use of resistant crop varieties. Implementing IPM practices can help reduce the reliance on pesticides while still effectively managing pests and maintaining food safety in African farming. Parthenium weed management. Parthenium weed poses a significant threat to African crops. Addressing this problem through targeted control efforts can help reduce the reliance on pesticides. Organic farming. Transitioning to organic farming practices, where synthetic pesticides are avoided, can provide a safer and more sustainable approach to crop production.
Conclusion. The use of pesticides and other chemicals in African farming is necessary for food production but must be managed responsibly. The misuse of pesticides can have severe consequences for food safety, leading to contaminated crops and potential health risks for consumers. By promoting proper use and adopting alternative pest management practices, African countries can strike a balance between safeguarding food security and protecting public health. If you would like to learn more, please contact us on any of the social media handles below. Quote of the week. The final principle of natural farming is no pesticides. Nature is in perfect balance when left alone. Masanobu Fukuoka.